So do you help people find what their gift is? Or is that up to them? Or do you sort of help them to find their own gift in their own way, provide guidance in that kind of respect?
Correct. So a large part of the coaching that I do is fulfillment coaching. Because the focus is not the process, the focus is the end goal. The end goal is fulfillment. How do I help you achieve a state of fulfillment?
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, those are the steps in which we have to walk into achieve that state.
Right.
But fulfillment can come at different levels. You don't have to impact 85,000 people to feel fulfilled. It could start just in your house.
Mm. Yep.
It could start with your family. A lot of people might not be fulfilled with their work, but they're fulfilled with their house. They're fulfilled with their family. That when they get home, all the kids look, Dad, thank you, Dad. You're home.
Yeah.
And it empowers them to go to work tomorrow.
Well, I have heard of, I can't remember whether it was a saying or not, but if you want to change the world, sort of start by the next interaction you have with the next person is how are you improving their life? And if everyone did that, obviously the world would be a better place.
Correct. And it's funny, that statement is so beautiful once you know what your gift is. Because if you say okay, I'm improving someone's life, the truth of the matter is, how do you know whatever you're giving to them is of any value? The only thing that you know that is of any value is when you utilize your gift, right? The truth of the matter is, if I'm a really good chef, one of the highest way I can serve you is by cooking the best dish for you.
Yep.
I could be helping you doing your maths, but you might already be good at maths. You don't need that. And it's almost as if everybody's gift, right? If you, I can't. There's no data in this that I've done in terms of study. I haven't gone to that level yet, but the way I see it is that if you were to put, I've got a beautiful example for you. When I teach people in terms of the universe, I use this example. I always say, imagine I handed you a huge piece of mirror, right? And you grab that mirror and you smash it on the ground. Pah! And it splits into multiple tiny different pieces. That is the example of what the world looks like. It's pieces of glasses everywhere. Now, each piece is very important. Doesn't matter how small or big it is. If we were to restore the glass or the mirror to its full self, every piece is needed. That's the way I see it. And that's why there's no mistake why you're alive. That's why your life value is valuable. That's why your life matters the most. That's why your gift is needed for the world. It's because there is not a single piece that can replace your spot. No one can take your spot in this life. You might say, oh, yeah, I'm good at speaking, but there's better speakers than me. But nobody speaks like you. The mixture of you speaking and your story is where the value is found. Right? It's a bit of a dance. It's a dance that helps us all intertwine into one. But in terms of going back in terms of the services that I provide, fulfillment is what I do. Is I help people get to the state of fulfillment.
Yeah.
And it might be at a minuscule level, wherever you're starting. Not everybody's trying to impact the whole entire world, and not everybody is called to impact the entire world.
Yeah.
When that mirror falls into the ground, there's different sizes of pieces of mirror of glass all on the floor. Every piece is important, but every piece has to serve its purpose.
Yep.
The corner piece is a corner piece. You can't mix the corner piece with the middle piece. And so when you start looking at life like that, you realize there's nothing to be jealous of. Because at the end of the day, you can only fulfill your spot in your position in this life.
Yeah. You
can't take anybody else's spot.
You said something interesting before about fulfillment and it being a destination, and it's all about the destination. But you hear a lot of other people say it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. How do you sort of balance up those two ideas or those different approaches to life.
I wouldn't really use the word destination because what that does to the human mind, it kind of makes us think that life is linear.
Right.
Right.
And there's a point that you reach
correct.
and you'll be, all of a sudden I'm fulfilled.
Yes.
Right. And it doesn't work like that.
Nah.
Okay.
The best way to probably see it is a process.
Mm-hmm.
I always say that how do I say it so that people catch it? True fulfillment is the expression of divinity within human consciousness. What does that mean? It means it's more about your expression in this life, the expression of the divine within you in this life, than it is about anything. Because we know we don't belong here. We know this life is just it's a journey. It's just a journey we're going through. But at the end of the day, you know that when you get buried, your body returns to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you use your spirit or your breath, it goes somewhere else. We can argue about where it goes. It doesn't really matter. But the truth of the matter is that this is a place, it's a world we're all going through.
Mm-hmm. Temporarily.
Yeah. Well, then what are we here to do? We are here to express our highest form of divinity.
When you say divinity, that gives reference to the divine, which is...
It's you.
Is it?
Yeah, that's all there is.
Right.
Remember, we're starting with the premise that everything is within you.
Mm-hmm.
And how do we know everything's within you? Because that's the formula. I explained how to see it. And you can start looking at anything you can think of in nature. That's how it's formed. There's nothing that comes from the outside. Everything is from within. If we realize that's... Because nature is a mirror, right? It shows us what the world is supposed to look like, what creation is supposed to be like. And so when I say the divine, it's not a man in the sky. No, it's you.
Mm.
You are it. There is no savior outside of yourself. You're it. You're it. And it's about your experience in this world. That's why your gift is needed. Because it's about your experience in this world. And if everything returns to that, suddenly this life gets beautified.